fill in the blanks if you miss something.
Hello, Mariana Danilovich with Ultra Live TV, and we're very privileged to have Kevin Pollak, the creator of Kevin Pollak's Chat Show and the web series Vamped Out?
Vamped Out.
Vamped Out.
Yes.
With us today at Digital Hollywood Spring in Santa Monica, California. Hello, Kevin. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for asking. Yes, it's a wonderful day here of Digital Worlds.
So you made some of the most amazing comments on the panel that were really discussing this whole development of the online entertainment space. Would you like to share with our audience some of the lessons learned in trying to build your empire?
Well, there's a few rules of thought. One is you have a voice, you have a vision, and online you have creative freedom, much more so that exists in the broadcast world of traditional media. And then finding the path to the brands for sponsorship is considerably different than traditional media in that there's no rule book and you can create and invent new and exciting ways using your own imagination.
And then that's actually a positive.
It is the positive, yes. There's the rule book that's used by traditional media, and then there's the no rule book applies of new media. And there couldn't be anything more exciting than using one's own skills and wits and imagination to not just create content, but to find the sponsorship as well.
So give us an example of a sponsorship relationship where you felt they were really creative on the sponsorship side, on the brand side, in speaking with you and understanding what you do as a creative force.
Well, in the case of my original comedy web series, on Babblegum.com is the network that is the home to all this original content, and to have the sort of support from a network in new media that offers 100% creative freedom and control, and then as the network they have their own connection to branding and sponsorship. So in that regard, we found a network home for our original idea where we had complete creative freedom to literally do what we wanted, as opposed to having a broadcast network add water to the idea, which is what they specialize in, to try to pander to a larger audience. That's sort of the mentality of traditional media. Those restraints don't exist in new media. So we were fortunate to find Babblegum.com as our home. And then they have their own mechanism, of course, to find the branding and sponsorship.
So they're helping monetize the show and distribute the show, and you have to just upload the actual creative element.
That is correct.
And there's the revenue share.
Oh boy, is there.
So that's a great example. Now give us an example of where you approached the brand, a sponsor, with an idea that may or may have not been up and running yet.
What's happening now is that the ways of traditional media is finding its way into new media. So we now have ad buyers who come from the traditional media, who have all these connections to brands, big names, that have an annual budget for traditional media, who, because of these progressive thinking ad buyers, have convinced them and shown them the way and the light to carve out a piece of their giant annual budgets to spend on digital new media. So we're actually being approached now, the chat show, the Streamy award-winning chat show, by these agencies who traditionally just worked in the big broadcast and film business.
If you were to really have it all as a creative person.
I got it all.
Okay, let's see if you were to have it even more.
All right.
What would that look like? What would your empire truly be?
Well, the exciting thing is the empire is as broad, wide, and extraordinary as my imagination can conjure. That's the exciting thing about the freedom of original content online. Rather than paint you what the exact picture looks like, I can simply insist that it's whatever I want it to be. And that landscape is what's so unbelievably exciting to someone like me, who's done 60 movies as an actor and written and created television shows, and as a stand-up done, specials on cable and toured the world. And I've seen so many forms of media over the years, and so I created my own talk show, and reaching millions of people now, without a publicist, without marketing. So it's as amazing, exciting, and real as I can imagine it.
And that's the best way to be.
Yes.
We really appreciate you sharing this with us, and it's very inspiring to many of our viewers. Thank you.
And lastly, I will just say, remember, if you're not creating, you're waiting.
Thank you, Kevin.